similar way it ended. Uh,
Yes, sorry, Mataji.
Hare
Please go
Krishna.
ahead.
I actually shared it in your chat box, Prabhuji, but since the meeting ended, I think I should probably uh, post this again. Okay, no, I don't have the lyrics now. It's only singing Kirtan of Lord names, Prabhuji. It's just glorifying.
Okay, Mataji. Should I share the screen, Mataji? The name of this.
I will just, I'll just share it once again
Oh, okay.
because it ended. I just copied the text and posted to you that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. I should have saved it.
No problem,
Okay,
Mataji.
Prabhuji.
I think you can start also. No
I'm just
problem.
sharing the link to you.
Okay. Okay.
It's Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola Nandalala. Because it's after this long chapter, it's nice to sing a small short vachan.
Right.
Prabhuji, I shared the link in for everyone.
Yes, Mataji, got it.
Gopala Radha Lola, Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola, Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola, Nandlala, Gopala Radha Lola, Gopala Radha Lola, Keshav Madhava Janardana, Keshav Madhava. Prabhuji, could you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, loud and clear, no problem.
Keshav Madhava Janardana, Keshav Madhava Janardana, Manamala Brindavana Bala, Vanamala Brindavana Pala, Murali Lola Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandlala, Murali Lola Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandlala, Gopala Radha Lola, Ananda Mohana Niranjana, Ananda Mohana Niranjana, Vanamala Brindavana Bala, Vanamala Brindavana Pala, Murali Lola Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandlala, Murali Lola Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandlala, Gopala Radha Lola, Murali Lola Nandlala, Jaya Murali Lola Nandlala, Gopala Radha Lola, Gopala Radha Lola. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
It's only
Thank you so
a
much, Mataji.
simple
Very pleasant. Very
glorifying
pleasant.
Lord and remembering Radha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Okay, questions? Any questions with respect to chapter 12, 2? I hope I was clear. I hope you're all on the same page. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Asking is better rather than posting it on the... Yes, Mataji. Parul, Mataji, please go ahead.
So in Shlok 2.7, when Arjun surrenders to Krishna,
Yeah.
you explained it in 4 points. Could you just repeat those 4 points?
Oh, okay. Those 4 points, right? I'll just show you the verse itself first, and then I'll explain it. It's always better that way. Stop share first, and then... 2.7 you said, no? Yes, the surrender was right, of course. Right, so the four things you wanted, yes, always acknowledge weakness and seek guidance. You're noting it down, is it?
Yes, Guruji.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. The first point was always to acknowledge weakness and to seek guidance,
Okay.
right? And the second life lesson was not to repose confidence in each and every person, right? You have to select to whom you have to repose confidence.
Okay.
Okay, and then we saw about the important fundamental step is to accept a spiritual and genuine guru.
Guru. Thank you, Guruji.
And there is one more: a failure is stepping stone only if you're humble. We saw how Arjuna was humble, right? How he says, "I surrender onto you." It takes a lot of humility to surrender to someone, right? To understand to acknowledge the superior person, superior position of that person, and to surrender. So that can happen only if you're humble, right? So if even if you fail, you would be able to surrender only if you have humility in you. Okay, so that is what we saw in that verse. Yeah.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Oh, we have two Parul Sharmas. Okay, that's nice. That doesn't happen often. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, we conclude the class.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Dev Prabhuji, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
I want to ask the question that Arjuna and all the Pandavas were fighting for the family to establish dharma, but in the same way Prahlad was fighting against his own father to establish dharma. So
Yes.
what is important for us, to establish dharma or to follow the rules of families?
You answered your own question, Prabhu, isn't it? It's definitely dharma, right? So you see great people fighting for dharma. They fought against their own families. So definitely dharma is what you fight against, because you should keep in mind the first instruction. See, your soul has been through many births. Okay, so each birth you get a different set of parents. Okay, but then dharma is constant, right? Dharma also does not change, right? So therefore it is the dharma is always more important. That's why all these great personalities, like you mentioned, all the Pandavas, we had Prahalad Maharaj, all of them gave more importance to dharma, right? So dharma is definitely more important, there's no doubt about it. But then it's always relative. But as between family and dharma, then it's definitely dharma. Okay. I
Hare
hope
Krishna
yeah,
Prabhuji.
okay. I hope I have answered your question correctly. You have okay with
Yeah,
that?
Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I think we can conclude with chapter. There's no further questions. Are there any further questions? No further questions. Okay, then let's conclude. Thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow we see the reason why the Bhagavad Gita prolongs for another 16 chapters, right? Because first chapter was when Arjuna asked all those 5 questions. Krishna has answered all the 5 questions today. Then what is the reason for carrying on for another 16 chapters? Please join tomorrow. We will discuss that further, right? And also please try and read once before you come to class so that you'll be able to follow it a little better. And you can also ask your questions, because the more you read, the more questions you get. That's how it is, right? So please read and then restrict your questions to chapter wise, right? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Veni Mataji. Thank you for
Prabhuji,
joining.
Hare Krishna. I think some of them have left also. Prabhuji, they didn't know how to join back.
Okay.
So you need to sort out this by
Yes,
tomorrow.
Mataji. This
Prabhuji.
40
Hare
minutes.
Krishna.
I didn't know this was. I don't know. Let's see. I'll have to talk to Devika Mataji. I'll see. Okay, Mataji. Thank you so
Hare
much for
Krishna.
joining. Hare Krishna. Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
pranam, Hare Krishna.
Namaskar. Hare Krishna.